Imagine standing in your living room, sunlight spilling across the floorboards, yet the name of your favorite song sits just beyond reach. Moments like these can feel unsettling, but they are also invitations. Gentle reminders that caring for your memory is another way of caring for your independence. Tonight, you will uncover 4 simple, science-supported supplements that can help your mind stay keen, your stories stay vivid, and your days stay entirely yours to shape, year after remarkable year. Omega-3 fatty acids. You have spent a lifetime weaving memories. Birthdays under paper lanterns, soft winter evenings around the radio, the exhilarating first time you saw color television. Every thread of those memories is held by billions of tiny nerve cells, and each of those cells is wrapped in a delicate membrane made largely of fat. Over the decades, that membrane can stiffen like an old leather wallet, making it harder for signals to pass from one thought to the next. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA found in deep-water fish and certain algae, act like the finest conditioner on well-loved leather, flexing, softening, restoring. Picture your neurons stretching, sighing with relief as these nourishing oils slip into the cracks and let electricity glide once more. Maybe you remember Mr. Hassan from the book club down the street. He used to reread the same page again and again, the plot slipping away like sand through his fingers. Last spring, he began adding a daily teaspoon of algae-based DHA, an option perfect for anyone avoiding fish, and within 2 months he announced with quiet delight that the characters were staying put. No miraculous overnight cure, just steady, comforting improvement, like fog lifting from a familiar hill. Research from respected memory clinics shows adults over 70 who consume at least 1,000 milligrams of combined DHA and EPA most days enjoy sharper recall of word lists and a calmer mood during problem-solving tasks. But numbers alone rarely move the heart. So imagine opening a well-sealed jar of homemade jam. The aroma rushes out, bright as the day you bottled it. That sudden clarity, that is what a well-fed neuron feels when bathed in omega-3. Practical ways to invite this helper into your routine are gentle and flexible. Consider a small bottle of high-purity fish oil kept beside the kettle so it is never forgotten, or a cheerful alarm on your phone that whispers, "Time for the mind's morning polish." If affordability is a concern, 2 portions of sardines or mackerel each week can meet much of the need. For anyone taking blood thinners, a brief conversation with the family doctor ensures harmony rather than interference. Most people notice subtle shifts. Easier name recall, smoother conversations within 8 to 12 weeks. It is like adjusting the focus ring on a beloved camera. Suddenly, the lines of every face grow crisp again. As you welcome omega-3s, remember this gentle truth. You are not trying to reclaim a version of the past. You are enriching the mind that still guides you through new sunrises. Each capsule, each serving of salmon, is a small vote of confidence in your continuing curiosity. Let the oil do its quiet work while you do yours. Reading grandchildren's letters, mastering a new card game, or standing at the window tracing shapes in the evening clouds. Those moments, vibrant and unblurred, are the real measure of success. Perhaps you might also explore walnuts, chia seeds, or flax crackers spread with a hint of hummus. While their conversion to DHA is modest, they lend fiber, crunch, and the comforting aroma of fresh baking when warmed. Sharing such snacks with a neighbor turns nutrition into connection, creating memories even as you preserve them. Vitamin D. Imagine wandering through a beloved old house at dusk. The furniture is familiar, yet shadows gather in the corners, and you hesitate, unsure of the next step. That dimness mirrors what happens when vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, runs low. For many adults over 70, skin becomes less efficient at transforming sunlight into this crucial nutrient, and time outdoors may shrink. Without enough vitamin D, The brain's corridors grow murky. Messages stumble. Moods sag as if the sky itself turned gray. Think back to gentle mornings in your childhood when curtains parted and daylight poured across the breakfast table, warming jam jars and teacups. That same warmth acts inside your head, guiding over 200 genes that craft neurotransmitters, calm inflammation, and even help new brain cells settle in. When levels dip, studies have found slower reaction times and foggier recall during everyday tasks like balancing checkbooks or remembering grandchildren's birthdays. You might recall Mrs. Fernandez, who tends roses in the community garden. Last year, she confessed that winter left her feeling as though thoughts dragged through mud. Her doctor discovered vitamin D readings barely half the recommended 30 nanograms per milliliter. With a simple daily soft gel, paired with afternoon walks whenever Karachi's gentler sun peeked through, she felt colors returning, both in her garden and in the stories she shared at dusk. For most seniors, 1,000 to 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 wrap the brain in adequate light, though only a quick blood test confirms what your unique body needs. Take the supplement alongside a modest amount of healthy fat, maybe a spoon of avocado or a splash of olive oil, so it slips easily across intestinal borders. If swallowing pills is tricky, tiny chewables or liquid drops stirred into morning tea work just as well, disappearing like sugar without altering taste. Some evenings you may sit by the window and watch street lamps flicker on. That glow travels farther when the glass is clean. Think of adequate vitamin D as cleaning the panes of your neural windows, allowing memories to shine outward and new information to shine in. Friends may notice first, conversations flow, jokes land quicker, and that tricky TV remote once again feels intuitive. Supplementing is only step one. Consider turning routine light exposure into a ritual of simple joy. Perhaps you set a chair by the balcony each morning, cradling warm tea while doves flutter past. Maybe you roll up sleeves while trimming herbs, letting the sun kiss your forearms for 10 quiet minutes. During hotter months, early sunlight offers gentleness without the burn, and even cloudy days send through enough rays to begin the conversion. If mobility is limited, a small daylight lamp near your reading nook can mimic the spectrum that spurs vitamin D production. Turning it on during breakfast can lift mood and signal the brain that a new day of possibilities has dawned. Gaze at the lamp, savor its brightness, whisper gratitude for the photons traveling 93 million miles just to enliven your cells. As weeks pass, keep a journal of subtle changes. Perhaps dreams grow more vivid, or the crossword feels less daunting. Such notes act like pebbles on a garden path, showing how far you have come. And remember, in the same way plants lean toward the sun, your mind leans toward clarity when given this light-making nutrient. Nourish it, and watch thoughts bloom with fresh color. Sometimes friends worry about taking too much vitamin D. That concern is understandable. Wisdom grows from caution. Yet toxicity is rare and usually linked to megadoses far above your doctor's guidance. When blood levels glide between 30 and 50 nanograms per milliliter, the vitamin behaves like a friendly conductor, never a tyrant. A yearly test, marked on the calendar beside family birthdays, keeps everything in harmony. Consider pairing vitamin D with gentle motion, perhaps a slow stroll down the lane or simple chair stretches. Movement stirs circulation, delivering the nutrient swiftly to brain tissue where it can do its radiant work. Feel the air move across your skin, listen to sparrows gossip in the hedges, sense your heart beating with quiet purpose. These are the sensory brushstrokes that anchor new memories and maintain old ones. Ultimately, vitamin D is more than a supplement. It is a reminder that light remains available to you, inside and out. Allow its brightness to illuminate not only recollection, but also optimism. A lighthouse beam guiding you toward conversations, creative projects, and the next chapter of your remarkable story. On overcast days, when spirits sometimes droop, Use the moment to practice a gentle chair yoga flow. Stretch arms toward the ceiling, breathing in courage. Exhale worry, and picture vitamin D riding the breath, weaving threads of calm through every synapse. B vitamins. Every morning, when you press the switch on an old transistor radio, a tiny burst of electricity leaps through circuits, bringing music to life. Inside your brain, something similar occurs each time you recall your niece's phone number or the punchline to an old joke. The sparks that carry those signals depend on a family of nutrients collectively known as B vitamins, particularly B6, B9, and B12. With age, the stomach produces less acid and fewer proteins that help absorb B12, and some common medications further reduce these levels. The result can feel like trying to start that radio with weak batteries. The tune stutters, then fades. Picture Mr. Lee, a retired postmaster who adored Sudoku. He noticed the numbers began to blur. Puzzles once finished before breakfast stretched past lunch. After starting a methylated B-complex supplement, one capsule at dawn, another before supper, he felt the grid snap back into place within 6 weeks. He later joked that his brain had traded worn-out batteries for fresh ones, and the music of numbers played on. The science echoes his experience. Low B12 levels raise homocysteine, an amino acid linked to cognitive decline, yet studies show seniors who restore B12 and folate watch homocysteine drop and processing speed climb. Imagine stubborn cobwebs swept from attic beams, letting stored trunks of memory open without hesitation. In practical terms, a daily formula offering at least 1,000 micrograms of B12 as methylcobalamin, 20 milligrams of B6, and 400 to 800 micrograms of folate is considered both safe and effective. For those wary of swallowing multiple pills, consider a single orange-flavored lozenge that dissolves under the tongue, bypassing digestive hurdles. The sweet burst can feel like a small treat, an act of self-kindness rather than medicine. If you favor food first, nutrient-dense options include eggs, lentils, and spinach, yet supplementation remains valuable insurance when appetite ebbs or meals grow repetitive. Timing again offers freedom. Many find morning best, aligning the nutrients' gentle energy lift with daily chores, watering balcony plants, calling a friend, or paging through the newspaper. Others prefer splitting doses to avoid what some describe as a mind buzz, though that sensation is usually subtle. Listen to your body's whispers. They will tell you where comfort lies. Meanwhile, keep an eye on medications that may interfere. Metformin, often prescribed for blood sugar, and certain acid reducers can lower B12 over months. A brief discussion with the clinic nurse can harmonize schedules so medicine and memory support coexist peacefully. To track progress, craft a fun experiment. Write down 10 random words, perhaps jasmine, bicycle, lantern, melody, and attempt to recall them later that evening. Repeat once a week. Notice how, as the weeks pass, the list recovers like a sharpened photograph. This playful test doubles as mental exercise and tangible proof that your efforts bear fruit. But beyond numbers, try to observe the subtle joys. A story recounted without pausing, the goosebumps when an old melody's lyrics return unbidden, the way a grandchild's name rises instantly instead of lingering on the tip of your tongue. These moments are lanterns, glowing proof that your inner landscape is brightening. When you give your brain the B vitamins it hungers for, you are not merely preventing loss. You are sustaining the spark that lets you recognize laughter, dream of tomorrow, and cherish every yesterday. If you enjoy cooking, sprinkle nutritional yeast, rich in B vitamins, over popcorn for a savory treat during classic film night. The scent rising from the bowl may transport you to cinema balconies of decades past, anchoring old and new pleasures together. Some seniors worry that B vitamins might overstimulate, leaving them restless at night. In truth, the body uses only what it needs and flushes the rest, much like a gentle stream carrying away fallen leaves. If you find your mind humming after dusk, simply shift the supplement earlier. Others find the extra mental energy a blessing, turning late evenings into peaceful reading hours when stories feel sharper than they have in years. Remember, too, that fostering social connection amplifies the benefits. With clearer recall, conversations become richer, encouraging you to attend the poetry circle or invite a neighbor for chess. Each interaction then reinforces neural pathways, creating a virtuous cycle. Nutrients feed memory, memory fuels connection, connection sparks joy. In this way, a small pill each dawn grows into a tapestry of human warmth, stitched together by the spark of B vitamins. Ginkgo biloba. Deep in the courtyards of ancient temples stands the ginkgo tree, its fan-shaped leaves fluttering like pages of a golden book. Within those leaves lies a compound that encourages blood to flow more freely through the tiniest vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to memory-making regions of the brain. For someone over 70, that gentle increase in circulation can feel like a long, dormant river breaking through winter ice, renewing every bend. Consider the story of Sister Amina, a former school principal who once knew every child's name. In recent years, she felt those names slipping, floating just beyond reach like paper boats on fast water. After starting a standardized ginkgo extract, 120 milligrams in the morning, 120 milligrams at tea time, she found the boats drifting back. At a reunion, she greeted students by name, her eyes sparkling as echoes of playground laughter filled her mind. Scientific trials echo her experience, noting improvements in short-term memory, task switching, and even mood stability after 3 to 6 months. The key lies in choosing extracts labeled with a ratio such as 50:1 or the code EGB761, which ensures the active flavone glycosides and terpene lactones are present in consistent amounts. Avoid crushed leaf powders sold loosely in markets. Their potency wavers like autumn wind. Safety remains encouraging. Although ginkgo thins blood slightly, the effect is mild. Still, anyone using aspirin, warfarin, or similar agents should seek medical counsel first. Side effects are rare and usually limited to a transient stomach flutter if taken on an empty belly. Savoring the capsule alongside a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts not only eases digestion but turns supplementation into a graceful tea-time ritual. To weave ginkgo into daily life, tie it to a meaningful action, perhaps reciting a poem or watering beloved plants, reinforcing the association between the herb and mental flourishing. You might even press a single fallen leaf between pages of your journal as a tangible symbol of commitment. Over weeks, notice how stories flow with fewer pauses, how you recall the tune that matches the rains tapping the rooftop, how directions in bustling streets regain their clarity. Complement ginkgo's river with hydration. Blood travels easier when water flows within you. Keep a clear pitcher nearby. Every time sunlight catches the glass, let it remind you to take a sip. Imagine millions of red cells ferrying oxygen across cerebral bridges, guided by ginkgo's widening channels. And do not underestimate the power of scent and song. While ginkgo improves physical flow, pairing it with sensory cues, lavender diffused in the evening, or a playlist of cherished ghazals, helps lock fresh memories in place. When fragrance, melody, and nutrient converge, the hippocampus lights up like festival lanterns, anchoring new experience beside old. Tracking your journey can amplify motivation. Each Sunday, jot down 3 moments when memory felt noticeably sharper. Retrieving a cousin's phone number without checking notes, remembering the line of a favorite hymn at church, or locating spectacles in seconds. These small triumphs, when tallied, build a mosaic revealing steady progress. Share the list with a friend over tea. Their smile becomes further encouragement, a gentle nudge to continue. Some days may still bring haze. A foggy morning does not erase yesterday's sunshine. If recall seems slower after a restless night or stressful errand, pause, breathe, trust the process. Just as rivers ebb and swell, cognitive flow has natural rhythms. Rest, hydrate, walk, and when the mind feels ready, read aloud a paragraph from a beloved novel. The words will arrive, and in that arrival, confidence blossoms anew. In embracing ginkgo, you honor the intertwined roots of past and present. Memories are not relics, but living vines, seeking light. With this supplement, and with your mindful attention, they climb ever higher, offering grapes of joy to those around you, ripe for the sharing. Just as the ginkgo tree withstood ice ages and bomb blasts in Hiroshima, so too can your resilience endure, given nurturing time and steady care. And always remember, even the tallest tree grows one ring at a time, quietly, patiently, faithfully. Tonight, as you place the final cup in the cupboard and dim the lights, remember that your mind is a garden still in bloom. Omega-3 oils soften the soil. Vitamin D pours in golden rays. B vitamins awaken the seedlings, and ginkgo guides water along hidden roots. Together, they create conditions for thoughts to grow tall, fragrant, and strong. Your memories of victories, worries overcome, laughter shared, are the blossoms, and they deserve this gentle care. Choose the practices that suit your rhythm. Celebrate every small return of clarity, and let curiosity lead you into tomorrow. Should this message bring comfort, consider sharing it with a friend who might need the same encouragement. Until we meet again, may your nights be restful, your mornings bright, and your cherished stories forever within reach. Remember, even the act of choosing supplements is a declaration that tomorrow matters and that your story continues to unfold with hope. Tonight, as you place the final cup in the cupboard and dim the lights, remember that your mind is a garden still in bloom. Omega-3 oils soften the soil, vitamin D pours in golden rays, B vitamins awaken the seedlings, and ginkgo guides water along hidden roots. Together they create conditions for thoughts to grow tall, fragrant, and strong. Your memories of victories, worries overcome, laughter shared, are the blossoms, and they deserve this gentle care. Choose the practices that suit your rhythm, celebrate every small return of clarity, and let curiosity lead you into tomorrow. Should this message bring comfort, consider sharing it with a friend who might need the same encouragement. Until we meet again, may your nights be restful, your mornings bright, and your cherished stories forever within reach. Remember, even the act of choosing supplements is a declaration that tomorrow matters and that your story continues to unfold with hope.